I had a conversation with somebody. I was told his name was Gabe. I think it's Gab, and then a lower capitulate E, for energy read. I think it's the same one, if I'm not mistaken. My Skilo would say so, Skelo. I'm a goddess, an ancient goddess, no less. So I have my own private Skilo. My betrothed, Niklaus Hitler, should have his betrothed Skilo. And nobody is supposed to check the records or a database or in anything without his permission. Ever. Especially since we're sent like this. Now, there's that was in 1991-ish, right around where the KGB apparently was dismantled, or coup d'etat, and then the coup d'etat apparently allegedly happened in Russia, in the USSR. Then a month later, December 26, 1991, broke apart the Soviet Union, which was actually my marriage to my betrothed, Niklaus Hitler. So that's pretty interesting how in 1991, when I was only 15, and then I think it was a young Michael Tanner, Tanner, who has a very distinguished Special Forces look in his eye, like Alice Mirza, which I could never tell where he was. Like, see, here's the thing. Other countries, they send one person in on your land. You don't fucking notice. Now all of a sudden you're setting up special federal tribal lands, casino laws. But then there's statesmen, and then there's and I know Michael puts up there that he's integrated into the state of New York with his Asian look. He's also big on special forces in camo. He's also got this whole thing with let's think about this. I gave him just recently the name, the patch KNOME, KNOME, which has to be cross-referenced with Niklaus Hitler and my Skilo, whether he's on the good side of up or on the bad side of up, because at this point I have no fucking clue. But like, these people like just are born anywhere in the U.S. system of United States of one marina. They take it upon themselves to get deployed, and sometimes even if, like, you know, you're like, no, you belong over here, some go and some listen, and some are like, nope, I'm infiltrating where I want to go, and none of you, because I'm like a deadly lethal weapon, are gonna fucking stop me. I'll just go ghost and hidden for like ever, for my whole life, and just build networks inside, because I don't adhere to your arrested development that you said, like, stop developing yourselves and this IT and engineering and all this crazy stuff. Like, we don't have all these great warriors. It's like you guys in special forces of all the different whatever that we allow the children, because your parents were supposedly respectful. But there's this great war, like, you guys are taking it upon yourselves to become the next evil enemy. You get that, right? Because once you get outside special forces, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, they are fat, dumb, and, like, perfect target to, like, totally take advantage of. Right, yeah, see, that's why we had the Marina Club under the U.S. On a global scale. So we found, like, the finest and the best that were trustworthy, and we didn't train them to take advantage of the people that were at a disadvantage. At least that's what planetary and guardianship of galaxy level and multiple plans and planets and star systems at, like, superheroes. We don't want to grow supervillains And that's what you'll become if you don't do what we need and you just do what your incorrect training taught you. I mean, it's like, holy fucking shit, humans, hello? So, in 1995-96, I went on some Christian awakening. Somebody in St. John's Prep in Astoria invited me to. I think it was like a one-night sleepaway, whatever. So I went to that, and then there was someone who looked like a more recent version, like an older version with a white beard of same man that I met in 1991, 92-ish. Well, he was in camo somewhere else. He was on the side. He met some girl named Sherry, who was across in the courtyard, a dead end, from Brian Herman, who I met at St. Dominic's, who lived in the shanty side, the trailer park trash side of Huntington Station. White guy, looks actually kind of like Michael Zapp, but not as classy, more like Elmont-ish, like whatever. So Sherry found this friend Gabe that worked at Walt Whitman Mall, had a black car, like, I don't know if it was a Buick or an Oldsmobile, whatever. She said that her brother was in some kind of army or whatever, and he had a respectable friend, and they were going over to the mall, and this guy was sending his friend, and they were going to drive us, I don't know, whatever. And then we were going towards Walt Whitman Mall, and I have no idea what happened. And then we were drinking vodka, and then I'm hugging a toilet bowl, and he's next to me, and he's like talking to me, and he's like, you know, I really thought you'd be more pretentious about this. God, the way that they talk about you from where my training was is that you were this really loud-mouthed, foul, like, obnoxious woman who was very disrespectful to men. He's like, but since you got in the car, you're nothing but quiet, reserved, very ladylike. I mean, not, you know, formally in a lady position, but, I mean, ladylike. Again, he's like, now I understand why they're having such a hard time putting words to this. He's like, but I hear, right, I'm not supposed to have attachments to people. That's what my people trained, but we're trying to do that thing where we're doing the planetary plan, and maybe I'll have children later on. And I thought, right, I'd sign up for coming to meet a goddess and figure out what she's really like to explain to the others that might be a little more less tolerant of a loud, foul-mouthed woman than myself. And I'm like, in super conservative places, I'm like, right, yeah, why am I don't understand. And I really did not understand. And then I just kept throwing up like yellow bile from all of the vodka that I supposedly drank, which I don't remember drinking. But again, I've had water turn into an alcoholic drink feeling. And then again, I've also had truth serum used on me in the back of a limo that took me to some, I don't know, what fantasy whatever in like Chinese medicine, that, or a jinn medicine, the Arabics and the Asian trying to figure out if I was a real jinn and a real star person. They were like, oh yes she is, that's a problem. Like what you just did, you asked me to do, I didn't think she was really real based on what my intel said. But this 16-point star is starting to make a lot more sense, and we are all in real big trouble. So that happened when I was a teenager. I thought that warning from a professional would have been enough for you guys not to sneak up and try to break my neck, try to send someone to choke me out, try to get the faulty shitbag American husband that I got raped by to then get up on top of me in a robot chicken to choke me out that way, and that happened several times. I mean, it's been like a real fucking disaster having to live amongst you fucking humans and pretend like I really want to save any of you. I have not seen one patch of you in like succession that have done anything for me and Niklaus. I came for the love of Prince Charming, and I was going to be his princess. Yes, I'm a goddess. Yes, I'm an ancient goddess. But that's for like planetary job requirement and a big responsibility, no less. And that's the other thing that I said to him. I said, there's no pretension in being an ancient goddess and being returned incarnate. I was like, it's just a gigantic responsibility with a lot of children that are misinformed, that are angry at some level, that are trying to, some are feel like they're disadvantaged, they're trying to take advantage of others. You have to try to speak on behalf and argue in U.S. justice system for the good family trees that are not being bad and like going forth in a momentum that's going to be hazardous for your whole people, but then give up the names of just the bad who continuously keep repeating all the bad behavior and swearing that they're the good guy. I mean, on no planet ever, in no star system ever, do we defend the evil and the bad that keep taking advantage of all of the good people that are at an educational disadvantage, let alone a star system judicial understanding of what really goes on in a gigantic population on a multi-continent level over several generations. That's what I come with. And yet I've been housed in some New York scenario where you fucking fly me through space and time into different, like, scenes, like a movie, every fucking movie I fucking hate, to clean up some of your misunderstanding. And at the end of this movie, for leaving me all by myself in a fucking car making videos to explain to the unbeknownst people, on behalf of all the people that took advantage of them for the last 42 fucking years, why I don't even want their asses anymore. Because this just keeps perpetually getting fucking worse for me. Why the fuck would I want to be an ancient goddess and represent mankind if they're gonna constantly take advantage of me when they get the fucking opportunity? Why the fuck would I ever defend one of you, let alone an entire race or an entire group or an entire fucking species? Answer me that, human. Oh, I can, because none of you are brave enough to show your fucking faces in front of my own. Don't ask for shit and start fixing my real fucking situation and equipment.